What if I told you there's a way to make hard work something you crave? To wake up excited about challenges and to feel a deep sense of joy, not just when you reach your goals, but while you're grinding through the tough parts. Sounds impossible, right? But what if the problem isn't with you, but with how you've been trained to think about effort? My name is Olaf Furseth, and with more than 20 years of experience in the field of performance psychology, I have had the privilege of helping companies, teams and individuals just like you build self-confidence, boost motivation and develop mental strength. Over the years, I work with leaders, athletes and everyday people striving to unlock their potential. And on this channel, my mission is to make these insights and tools accessible to everyone, empowering you to turn your dreams into actionable plans. Today, we're diving into something that could transform how you approach life. And I'll break it into 3 easy steps that you can follow. We're talking about motivation, not just the surface level stuff like rewards or recognition, but the deeper scientifically grounded principles that drive human behavior and sustained effort. These principles, rooted in neuroscience and psychology, can help you flip the mental switch that makes you crave doing hard things. Whether you're struggling to stay focused at work, commit to a fitness routine, or just get started on your goals, this video is for you. Let's face it, societal norms and conditioning often emphasize outcomes over effort. We're frequently told to focus on the end goal, the prize, the paycheck, the recognition. This focus on external rewards, supported by behavioral psychology theories like operant conditioning, teaches us to value results rather than the process. But if you only chase the result, you miss the neurological and psychological benefits of engaging fully in the effort itself. The magic lies in learning to find fulfillment in the journey, where growth and resilience are cultivated. Let's start with a question. How do you feel when you're faced with a difficult task? Maybe you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even defeated before you begin. Trust me, you're not alone. But why do we feel this way? The answer lies in your brain's reward system, which operates on the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that plays a pivotal role in motivation and reward. And dopamine is produced in specific regions of the brain and is critical for learning, decision-making and behavioral reinforcements. Importantly, dopamine isn't just released when you achieve something, it's released in anticipation of a reward. And this anticipation drives your actions and creates the motivation to pursue goals. The problem? We've been trained to associate dopamine with external rewards like money, grades or praise. So when the reward feels far away, we lose motivation. But what if we could rewire that system? What if we could train our brains to find joy not in the outcome, but in the process? Here's where things get exciting, because scientists have discovered that you can reframe effort itself as the reward. Think about it. What if every drop of sweat, every late night study session, every frustrating moment of trial and error could feel good, like progress, like growth? Take Jane, for example. For years, she struggled with maintaining a fitness routine. Each workout felt like a chore because her focus was solely on the number on the scale, a distant and often discouraging outcome. However, Jane made a pivotal shift. By reframing her approach, she began to celebrate the act of showing up for each workout, regardless of the result. And this shift aligns with principles in behavioral psychology, where positive reinforcement, acknowledging small, consistent efforts, encourages habit formation by activating the brain's reward system. Over time, the gym transformed from a place of obligation to a source of personal growth and resilience. And she started craving the process itself, illustrating how a focus on effort rather than outcomes can lead to sustained motivation. And Jane's story isn't unique. You can do this too. And here's how. Step 1. Celebrate small wins. Break big goals into smaller, manageable milestones. Every time you hit one, take a moment to acknowledge it. This creates a positive feedback loop. Step 2. Practice gratitude for effort. At the end of each day, reflect on what you accomplished, not just what you finished, but the effort you put in. Maybe you didn't hit your goal today, but did you try? Did you push through discomfort? That's worth celebrating. And step 3, reframe challenges as growth opportunities. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," try asking, "What can I learn from this?" This small shift in mindset is huge. There's a term for that optimal state where hard work feels almost effortless. Flow. Coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow refers to a state of optimal absorption in a task, where challenges meet your skill level, creating a balance that fosters focus and productivity. From a neuroscientific perspective, flow is marked by reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, a phenomenon known as transient hypofrontality, which allows for heightened focus and creativity. Simultaneously, the brain releases a cocktail of neurochemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine, and endorphins, which enhance both performance and the intrinsic enjoyment of the task. You've probably experienced this before, maybe while playing a sport, working on a project, or even during a deep conversation. In flow, effort feels good because you're completely immersed in the process. And to enter flow, you need 2 things. A task that's challenging enough to push you, but not so hard that it feels impossible. And you need a clear goal. Start small, eliminate distractions, and watch how your brain rewards you for staying in the zone. But how do we stay consistent? This is where resilience comes in. And resilience is the ability to keep going even when things get tough. Think about the last time you faced a setback. Did you give up or did you push through? Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can build over time. And here's how. First, start with small challenges. Take on something that's just a little outside your comfort zone. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting or trying a new workout routine. As you succeed, you'll gain confidence to tackle bigger challenges. Second, practice mindfulness. Discomfort can be overwhelming, but mindfulness helps you observe those feelings without being controlled by them. Try this. The next time you feel like quitting, pause and take a deep breath. Remind yourself why you started and focus on the next small step. Third, reframe failure as feedback. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn. Think about Thomas Edison. He didn't see his failed attempts to create the light bulb as failures. He saw them as steps that brought him closer to success. Adopt that mindset, and failure will no longer feel like the end of the road. Now, let's talk about purpose. Why are you doing what you do? Why are you putting in the effort to accomplish your goals? When your goals align with your values, even the hardest tasks become meaningful. Take a moment to reflect. What matters most to you? How can your daily actions support that? When you have a strong why, even the toughest days feel worth it. Let's dive deeper into the role of purpose in motivation, because research in self-determination theory highlights that aligning actions with intrinsic values fulfills core psychological needs like autonomy, competence, and relatedness. And when these needs are met, motivation becomes self-sustaining, and even mundane tasks take on greater significance because they contribute to a larger purpose. Imagine someone training for a marathon to raise money for a loved one's healthcare. Each training run isn't just about fitness, it's about hope, resilience, and giving back. The same applies to all of us. By anchoring our efforts to something bigger than ourselves, we naturally crave the effort that gets us there. So let's summarize with your own action plan. Celebrate your small wins, practice gratitude for your effort, find flow in your work, embrace discomfort as a sign of growth, and connect everything you do to a deeper purpose. Because motivation isn't about passively waiting for inspiration to strike, it's about actively rewiring your brain to find joy in the process. And by leveraging scientific principles like dopamine reinforcement, flow, and purpose alignment, you can cultivate a mindset that thrives on effort. It's about learning to embrace the climb as much as you cherish the view from the top. You have everything you need to start craving hard work right now. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, embracing the process, and trusting that every step forward is worth it. And speaking about dopamine, you've probably heard the buzz around dopamine detoxing. But here's the truth, dopamine isn't something you need to detox from. It's a crucial neurotransmitter that drives motivation, learning, and reward. What if, instead of avoiding it, you learn to harness it? In this video right here, I'll show you exactly how to hack your dopamine system in 5 scientifically backed steps to amplify your focus and success. Don't miss it, it might just change how you approach your goals. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next one.